What if I told you that in the not-so-distant past people were burned alive for being widows, had their feet crushed in the name of beauty, or even settled arguments by shooting each other in the chest? These weren't isolated cases. They were normalized traditions. Welcome to History Vault, where we uncover the disturbing, fascinating, and often forgotten truths of our past. Today we're diving into old traditions that would be completely illegal and horrifying by today's standards. 1. Sati, the widow's flame. In parts of ancient and medieval India, a widow was expected, sometimes forced to end her life by jumping onto her husband's burning funeral pyre. This act was called sati, and it was seen as the ultimate expression of loyalty and devotion. But it wasn't always voluntary. Many widows were drugged, pressured by priests, or even physically forced into the fire by family members who believed she was now impure. The practice was most common among the upper castes, especially Rajputs, and was believed to grant spiritual salvation to both the woman and her husband. The British outlawed it in 1829, but believe it or not, isolated cases were reported even into the 2000s. Today, sati would be charged as murder, coercion, and gross violation of human rights. 2. Foot binding, beauty through pain. In Imperial China, beauty had a painful price. From as early as age 5, young girls had their feet tightly bound with cloth to prevent growth. This broke bones, twisted toes underneath the foot, and often led to infections, lifelong pain, or even death. Known as lotus feet, the ideal was a 3-inch foot, symbolizing beauty, status, and marriageability. Some women even had parts of their feet cut off if the binding didn't work. Though banned in 1912, the tradition lingered underground until the 1940s. In modern legal systems, this would be categorized as child abuse, mutilation, and torture. 3. Duels, murder in broad daylight. From Renaissance Europe to early America, dueling was an accepted way for gentlemen to resolve insults, disagreements, or questions of honor. They'd meet at dawn, pistols in hand, with seconds to witness, and hope both walked away. One of the most famous duels? In 1804, U.S. Vice President Aaron Burr shot and killed Alexander Hamilton, the former Treasury Secretary. Though dueling was eventually outlawed, it persisted well into the 19th century. Today, duels would result in murder charges, illegal possession of firearms, and possibly even public endangerment. For trial by ordeal, God as the judge. In medieval Europe, justice wasn't served in courts, it was left to God. If accused of a crime, you might be ordered to hold a red-hot iron or walk through fire. If your wounds healed quickly, you were considered innocent. In trial by water, you were thrown into a river. If you floated, you were a witch. If you drowned, you were innocent but dead. These forms of divine justice were deeply embedded in early Christian and pagan traditions. Under modern human rights laws, these acts would qualify as cruel and unusual punishment and violations of due process. 5. Human sacrifice, the ultimate offering. From the Aztecs of Mesoamerica to ancient Egyptians and Mesopotamians, human sacrifice was believed to please the gods. In some rituals, priests would rip out beating hearts, while others involved burying people alive, even children, to bless new buildings or crops. The Aztecs alone were said to have sacrificed thousands of captives during religious festivals. While often tied to religion, these practices today would be condemned as mass murder and ritual killing. It's shocking how cruelty was once considered noble, spiritual, or just normal. Many of these traditions were rooted in power, fear, or strict social codes, and thankfully humanity has evolved. Which of these old traditions shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're fascinated by the dark corners of history, hit that like, smash the subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss a dive into the vaults of time. This is History Vault, where the past is raw, real, and often terrifying. Thanks for watching.